Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of February 14th through 20th of 2022. So, of course, starting off with Valentine's Day, and so love is in the air, all those kinds of things. Up until right now, I have not been really getting a romance vibe, but it feels significant, I think, for you that it is Valentine's Day. And so some of you, it's the traditional thing and you like the dinner out and the candy and the flowers and all that kind of stuff. And so when you have a partner who realizes that you value that or, is willing to go there with you, those kinds of things, then that's amazing. For some of you, though, I'm kind of getting the feeling that you don't have somebody who is, on the same wavelength with you. And so that feels a little bit bittersweet to you. So either way, Valentine's Day is this, man-made event. And if it means something to you and you both enjoy it and, you can just have fun with that and like it, then great. Go ahead, do all the stuff. If you don't really resonate with it so much, or, if it's bringing about this, I used to have that and now I don't, or so-and-so never wanted to do that stuff and now, maybe you're not in a relationship or, whatever the case may be. There's so many different nuances that can be true with that. Either way, just sit with it. Just sit with it. Let it be how it is within you. Yeah, instead of trying to avoid it or instead of feeling upset over it in any way or embarrassed. It feels like some of you are embarrassed or almost ashamed about that, and it's absolutely not to be that. Just sit with those feelings and see what it feels like and come to terms with everything. Like you can. You absolutely can. Okay, all right. So let's start into the actual reading with the cards. Okay, meditate. So that is exactly what they were just saying, is to sit with that and feel it. And not just about Valentine's Day. Many of us are just fine with Valentine's Day, no matter what our personal state is, right? But with life in general, sit and meditate. Feel into it. Is it what you want? Feel the parts that really are what you want. Oh my gosh, that feels so amazing. Yeah, really emphasize the parts that are just where you want them. That feels so good. Oh, it's just this absolute feeling of bliss that they're giving me. And so you have potential to be able to feel that too. Sit in meditation, whatever that means to you. There's many different ways to do it. Follow some guided meditations or do your own thing or however it goes, right? So do this, work it, feel it, know what works for you. And then that's how you get deeper in. And that's how you really recognize the parts that resonate so fully with you. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, what a great feeling. It's just, oh man, it's almost euphoric what they're giving me. Okay. And you are safe. You are absolutely safe. You are looked after. Archangel Michael is the angel of protection, as well as many other things. But he has that great long flaming sword that he goes around you and creates this level of protection all around you and makes it so that anything that doesn't have your best interests at heart can't even get to you. So you wouldn't even see it. So talk to Archangel Michael and ask specifically for that protection so that you can feel safe. And that way you'll know it. Because right now, it's like you're shaky on your pins a little bit. Things have been changing. You don't know quite how things are going to go, all that stuff, and you're uncertain is how it feels for some of you. Some of you, you're pretty solid, and that's feeling good. You still have these little areas or little thoughts of uncertainty because things are changing. Some of you are still, still feeling pretty uncertain, pretty rocky, pretty unstable. It's like you're standing on uneven rocks, and some of them are slippery. That's how it feels to me. So understand that in reality, you got your grippy shoes on, and you're standing on flat ground, because that's how safe you are. You're totally protected. So talk to Michael every day, and ask for that protection, express gratitude for that protection, and understand that in truth you are protected all the time. Okay? All right? Now, this looks pretty good. See the other person's point of view. So is there somebody that you're having like an argument with, or a disagreement of some kind? Okay, this feels like, for some of you, this is kind of a momentous realization that you don't have to be only thinking of your own point of view. Of course you're thinking of your own point of view. It's yours. How can you not think of it? Right? But you can also have a look at what the other person is experiencing and realize that their account of things is different from yours, even though it was the same event, right? And that is normal. That's how it is. Every single individual has their very own point of view, and we're all right. Nobody's wrong. We each have our own point of view. And so, when you can, even briefly, put yourself right behind their eyes so that you can see their point of view, that leads to compassion and understanding and acceptance. And it leads away from judgment and misunderstanding and anger and all that stuff, right? When you understand that they have their own point of view and it's different from yours, and that's perfect, then it's pretty hard to be mad at them for having their point of view, right? Just like you would hope that they will understand that you have your own point of view. Let it help you come to a mutual understanding. Yeah, because everybody is right. Okay, all right. Clairaudience. So notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. This is Archangel Zadkiel. Clairaudience. So this is your hearing sense. So when your angels are talking to you, often they will use the hearing sense. So if you think you're hearing voices inside your head, you're not crazy. It's likely your angels talking to you. Sometimes it is an external source, so something maybe you hear on the radio that appears to be a message directly for you. Yes, it is. Sometimes it's what somebody else says to you that really strikes you. It is absolutely a message for you, right? And so take those things as truth. They are meant for you. They are messages, and especially when you notice them, right? Like they're happening anyway, but it takes you to notice them, to bring them fully to life, right? Clairaudience is one of 4 main ways that your angels will use to talk to you. The other is so this is your hearing. The other is your sight, or your feelings, or you just know. So all of those senses could potentially be used together or separately. So paying attention to that. This is your messages. This is the guidance being given to you. So if you were ever sitting there thinking, oh yeah, but that was just coincidence. No, it wasn't. It was for real. And it was guidance just for you. Okay, all right. You have a lot of ideas right now. So, okay, some of you are maybe having babies. Some of you are having grandbabies, or nieces and nephews, or your friends are having babies, or something like that. People are being very fertile right now, and that is such a beautiful thing. The world is continuing and growing, and these kids these days are so amazing. I'm sure we all were amazing, but man, I'm sure noticing how great these kids are these days. And so absolutely a time to celebrate the kids. This also, though, could be ideas and new ways of being. It's evolution, it's growing, it's catching yourself saying and feeling things that are absolutely evolved from how you were last month. Right? Like that is how fast our world is growing right now, that we can all get more, bigger, better all the time. And it might surprise you to learn to remember, to be reminded somehow of how you were 6 months ago, right? So here's something that the angels are saying this might be an unpopular thing for me to say, but that's okay. I'll say it anyway because they're telling me. So politicians, please don't think I'm in favor of politicians. This is my personal says no, but this is what the message is that's coming through. Even politicians, when they've said something in the past, we tend to hold them to that for the whole rest of their lives. And that is doing them a big disservice because they are humans too, and they can grow and change and evolve. Okay, that's the message. All right, we'll go with that. Either way, our whole world is experiencing this beautiful fertility right now, where not only are people having babies and have young children who are so smart and so far-seeing and so wise. Wise and smart are different things, right? But they're showing all these traits. Plus, all of us who've been here for a little while already, we are continuing to evolve. And I think we're learning things at a faster pace than we had for a while. And, the age, the era that humankind is in is changing really quickly. And so if we want to keep up, we have to move quickly, right? And so that's what this is talking about. Okay, all right. And so partly also to do with that quick change, you're more sensitive now than you have been for a while. And so this will translate into all areas of your life. Like you might find that you're more emotional than usual because, your sensitivity is being set off by things that maybe didn't used to set you off. Sometimes that's I was going to say overgrowth, but that you've got overloaded, that's the word, that you've gotten overloaded with those kinds of things and you stuffed it down and now suddenly there's no more room and it comes out. So, it creates that sensitivity. It also could be in terms of food, that suddenly you have allergies that you never had before, or, that you just need to detox. Maybe your skin is breaking out. Maybe, whatever it is, maybe you're catching every cold that's going because you're so sensitive to everything. Chemicals. Maybe your laundry soap is suddenly giving you problems, but you've never had trouble with it before. All those things, right? We need to get back to more of a natural thing, so washing clothes with more natural substances and vinegars and things like that. Same with other cleaning products. Just use what's normal and natural around. You don't have to kill every germ because that would kill ourselves. We have to have contact with these things so that we can evolve and so that we can maintain an immune system. When you catch all the things that are going around, that is actually building your immune system. Just like young kids, when they catch every cold, it's because they're not immune to that yet. So they do catch all the things, but that is what builds the immune system, right? So you can't shield them from that. We have to just let them get it. Yeah, as they will anyway. I don't know how we keep them apart. So, but anyway, so your sensitivity feels, really, really sensitive. I know that's so descriptive, right? Anyway, so for you, like, try to get to the natural products, the good food, the non-processed types of foods. Drink lots of water to flush things through, and be nice to yourself. If you're very emotional and things like that, let yourself be that way, because you're real. Okay, all right. So here we have the daily guidance cards, and we'll just see what's one last piece of advice. Excuse me, I have to cough. Try to make it not too loud on the microphone. Excuse me again. All right, so last words of wisdom here. Relationship. Your relationship with yourself is one of your most important things. There's relationship with your source, with yourself, with your significant others, with the world around you. So when you know for sure that you're on good terms with yourself and with your source, everything else tends to follow. And then you can really develop yourself. Okay. Sorry about this coughing. Okay. I do tend to, like, this is how I release, is through coughing. Like, people probably think I always have a cold or something, but I don't. It's how I release things. So even when it's not, to do with anything, that would traditionally be that, any release that I do comes through my throat. It's not always convenient. Excuse me. So anyway, your relationship with yourself is kind of the precursor to every other relationship that you have with anybody. So if you're finding relationships are kind of going sideways, look inside yourself and get yourself clear first. Okay. Alrighty. Long reading for you this time, but Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much, and I love you, and I will see you next week.